So I let some time go by, and I fast-forwarded about 2.5 years into the campaign, and the biggest new development is Poland. They've gained a lot of strength, and they're back to where they once were. So yeah, they ate Latvia just to the north, and they connected their borders, and now they've got a big old font right there. Actually, technically bigger than Germany's, right? Couldn't you say that Poland's font right now, at this moment in time, is bigger than Germany? Even though obviously Germany has way more provinces and they're way more developed, and obviously Germany could probably kick Poland's butt at the moment. They're still looking pretty good, a little bit more powerful. They have got a lot of cores here as well. And let's not forget about the Polish lands still inside of the German Empire. So got to keep that in mind as well. Now, the problem right now is that Poland, well, over the break, Poland went to war with Russia. So they for sure have a truce with Russia, which is like one of the big nations that Poland will probably continue to attack as the truce is over. Right now, the truce ends 2001-91. So they still have about 10 years. 2191, I should say. And they only took about one province away from Russia. That was the big issue. The reason why they're going to probably continue to go to war with Russia and be successful with that is because of their alliances with China. Kazakhstan is nice, but it's really that Chinese alliance that's really going to hold them above everything else. Wow. I totally forgot that they were here taking over Albania and Zeta. Actually, and here too, Ragusa. Jeez. So yeah, Poland's really reached out and grabbed a whole lot of territory. So this is a good opportunity for Poland. The problem is, like I said, they have to wait 10 years before they go to war with Russia. And at this moment in time, they really don't have anyone else to go to war with because of the HRE and their power. I guess they could go to war with Hungary, but after that, I mean, where else are they going to go towards? The Ukraine is technically, I don't think Ukraine is a part of the, are they a part of the HRE? I'm a little bit confused. This yellow means what? This province is part of the empire. It belongs to Ukraine, whose capital is not part of the empire. Huh. I don't exactly know if that means that they're going to get called in or not, but either way, Poland's going to have an issue with that because they don't really have any other nation to go to war with but the European Union. So that will be interesting. Anyways, let's go ahead and double check on the war since there's been a lot of time that's gone by. We have China in on their own war, again going after Nepal and Pakistan. So that will increase the border tension with India, that's for sure. We have Peru and France teaming up against Argentina and Venezuela. I think, that was another change, another very, very minor change. Nigeria is still in their war. Actually, last time we left off, Nigeria was at war, I believe, with, who was it, South Africa and stuff like that? South Africa, Congo, Zambia. So this war never ended. It's been going on for like years. I'm guessing that's because Nigeria still has a lot of power from Algeria, and Algeria just has yet to send down a lot of their troops, and maybe they just now got in there. Because I think last time I checked, Nigeria was fully occupied, but not anymore. I'll go ahead and continue to press play here. And we have Brazil losing Brazilian Mexico to Mexico. That was no big deal. I think that we all figured that was going to happen. As well as Venezuela got, I think, 2 extra provinces back? Maybe 3 extra provinces back from Brazil. So Brazil, I mean, they're still pretty powerful, but I mean, things have kind of leveled back out where it is kind of a 3-way tie, a big old toss-up between Brazil, Peru, and Mexico once again, since Mexico's gained a lot of their strength. So we talked about the, and Peru's at war with Argentina. That should be a pretty successful war for them because Argentina's not that strong. France isn't going to be able to help them out that much. The problem is Peru's going to have to fight a double front war, and actually Venezuela is always underestimated. That's right, I always accidentally underestimate Venezuela, but they're a pretty powerful nation as well. Attacking Peru from the north, it's going to be difficult to attack and occupy the Argentinians to the south. Let's see what else we have. So we already talked about the Nigerian War that's been going on for a long time. Madagascar has gotten involved in a war, and they actually might make a landing inside of South Africa. Well, not technically the nation South Africa, but Mozambique is being attacked, and they've been being attacked by a lot of nations. And they were looking pretty powerful, but Madagascar landed quite a few troops, 46 stack, and I see nothing here to defend their lands. And then we have India involved in a war. Qatar versus Bahrain. India coming in and helping out, but they're fighting the Saudis at the same time. So again, this might be an interesting sort of setup. Look at this. So the Saudis are ready to go, and the Indians, however, they don't have this. They don't have these troops. They're not reinforced at all. A 56 stack is not, or a 53 stack is not going to be able to hold off, 200 Saudis, 200,000 Saudis, I should say, or 200 regiments. So Nepal will be done, I think, pretty fast, and they already are landing in Pakistan. China's doing some really aggressive stuff. They also were the big reason why, I think I already mentioned this briefly, but they're the big reason why Poland was so successful in their war against Russia, even though Poland decided to only take one province, which, needless to say, was a pretty bad thing. I think Poland should have taken a lot more. They could have taken a lot more, but they decided against it. They decided against it, so really nothing happened. So shall we focus on, let's look at the war score here. Nigeria is at -69, since technically this was a war declared by the Congo, so we're seeing the positive from them. We should keep an eye on the Madagascar war. China will be pretty one-sided. They already have 29 war score here. I guess we'll look at Peru. That's a pretty interesting one, since they are fighting two different fronts. And I'm not exactly sure how much is France really going to help out Peru at this moment in time, right? Like, they're dealing with so much issues in Western Europe, so many issues in Western Europe right now. Do they really need to be concerned with South Africa or South America? I mean, yeah, I know they hold this one province here, but I mean, is it really that big of a deal? Oh, I didn't realize Mexico still had a province in northern South America. They actually have two, technically. I'm sure they're going to go after Belize very soon. And what is Brazil doing? This might be a good idea, a good time for Brazil to maybe attack Peru. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Where are the Venezuelans? They've been sent back. I'm not sure how or why. 53 stack, a 37 stack, and 38 stack. Chile's been black flagged, but Chile's not involved in this, right? Well, I don't know why they're not sending over their regiments a little faster. Okay, let's go ahead and keep an eye on this. So luckily for Argentina, they are getting no offensive penalty, but it doesn't matter. Their morale is getting their butt kicked. Yeah, it's a numbers game too. That numbers didn't really help too much. So that is going to be it for Argentina. They're going to have a 25 stack that's going to be sent down all the way to the southern part of Argentina. So more than likely, they're not going to be the same. Now all Peru has to do is make sure that they keep Venezuela preoccupied, and Peru might even become the strongest out of all the South American nations. All the Latin American world might be led by Peru, because Mexico is weaker than ever before. If Peru is smart, they'll be able to take a lot of things here from Argentina. Now, do they have any cores on these lands? No, technically they don't. It's Argentina that has a lot of the cores. So yeah, this might be a big deal. If we look at the fort system as well, let's go ahead and check out the fort system if I could ever find it. There we go. Okay, well, they still have a lot of forts to grind themselves. Actually, no, they've already got most of the forts. Now it's just about occupying. So they've got a lot of war score. They've got to have a lot of war score now. 41. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Oh, and there you go. Mexico is at war with, Trinidad and the Netherlands. Never mind. So then that means that China must have peaced out with Nepal or Pakistan. They only decided to take one province away. They didn't take both of them. Not sure exactly why. If they didn't want to maybe deal with the aggressive expansion or what. They could have also taken things away from Pakistan, but they decided against that as well. Germany's still dealing with rebels. I've been noticing that Germany, Great Britain, and Poland, for some reason, all of these European nations all dealing with rebels at the same time. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with that. I mean, I guess it makes sense that Germany's still dealing with rebels. I mean, they probably will deal with rebels for the rest of the campaign, no matter what happens. Austrian has rebels too, peasants. Let's go and look at religion. We haven't looked at religion in a while. Oh, this might be kind of all messed up, huh? The religion map mode's all messed up? Looks like it, because since everybody's like, not the state, it's secular. Oh, is everyone registered as secular for the most part? I guess so, except for a few nations. Oh, but the nations that aren't, I think, are nations that are born, that weren't technically starting in the present day mod. They probably were nations that were, part of the original EU4 that got released or something like that. Just like we always saw the Ottomans land in Turkey, in Turkish lands. What is that? In Constantinople, we saw that happen. Probably stuff like that. So those are the only nations that probably will not be following a secular state religion. Actually, we might want to see what revolutionary France is following. Okay, well, I guess that's not the case for revolutionary France, because they're also, I guess, secular, I'm guessing. Maybe. Now Peru's even pushing forward for Venezuela. I don't think they should take anything away from Venezuela. Venezuela is a nice alliance to have, a very nice wild card. The problem is that right now Mexico's allied. Well, I guess the problem for Peru is that Mexico's allied to Venezuela, and things are not going to get any better after they take over a bunch of provinces here. I didn't realize Mexico has this one too. Mexico and Brazil. Jeez. Argentina is about maybe 6 months away, maybe even less, actually maybe even a lot less, from being fully occupied by Peru. So Peru is absolutely dominated here. Has any wars ended? No, I don't think so. Still dealing with Nigeria. We have Madagascar still trying to make their landing. Qatar's not doing so well against Bahrain, and I'm wondering if India seems a little bit distracted, whereas the Saudis, on the other hand, are not. So this is actually a good war to focus in on. Now, where are the Indian troops? A lot of them are still around kind of the Himalayan region. I'm not sure if that's the threat that they're feeling from China. That could definitely be it. But they certainly have enough troops to send over here to maybe send the Saudis back home and packing. See, there you go. The Saudis already have Qatar occupied, whereas Bahrain is sitting pretty. Crazy that these two small little countries brought in these two great powers, the Saudis and India. Very big deal. Oh, and Ethiopia is also involved. I didn't realize that. So that's probably helping out actually quite a bit, because remember, there is that strait right north of the Horn of Africa that Ethiopia could move through for sure and get to India. Maybe that's kind of, maybe they're playing a bigger role than we thought. I mean, where are the Ethiopian regiments at? I don't see anything for Ethiopia right now. This won't help out. This definitely won't help out Ethiopia that much. Nigeria, what are you doing, man? Just peace out. Let them have whatever it is. You're not going to be able to withstand much longer, I don't think. And we're about to enter 2183. Year 2183 by the end of this half month here. Something like that. Are they being attacked by... Wait, who is this occupation coming to? What is this? Occupied Ethiopia. Okay, so Ethiopia is having... Oh my gosh, I didn't actually look and zoom in. So we have like pretty much 200,000, a little bit over 200,000 men that are being contributed by the Saudis. But Ethiopia has almost another 200,000. I don't know how, even if India does remove these regiments from the Himalayas, which maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're just like, screw it, we're going to get our butt kicked right now. One war has ended. It was the Nigerian War. Okay, it was about dang time. Why did that take so long? Oh, Nigeria's fine. Nigeria, you got lucky. You only lost one province. And that was like a war that lasted for like 3-4 years. That could have been way worse. Oh, another peace deal. Oh, and it's Peru. Let's see if Peru took a bunch. Oh my goodness. Yes, they did. Did they completely eliminate? No, Argentina has like 4 provinces left. Wow. Well, there you go. Do we have a new leader in terms of Latin America? I know I was throwing that like kind of concept out there, but I really wasn't prepared for that to legitimately be the case. Yes, we do. Technically, as of right now, Peru would win. Which I don't know if there was really, I can't off the top of my head, because recently I did kind of do a number check on in the comments and just, I brought up all the comments and I did a couple of keyword searches because that's how I do it. In Chrome, you can just what is that? Control F, and you can type in keywords. You know about that. You can search for keywords. I didn't check for Peru. I was mainly looking at who was choosing to win Africa and stuff like that. But right now, I mean, this is a pretty incredible development. Now, that's if Peru can handle and hold on to all this stuff, and I seriously doubt it. Because right now, Peru is sandwiched in between a very powerful Brazil, Mexico, and Venezuela. And I guarantee you, these nations are not going to be appreciating the fact that Peru's gained so much strength. Now, where is Mexico? Look at that. We've got like almost a 3-way tie. Peru, Brazil, and Mexico all neck and neck. Neck and neck. Oh, yeah, look at that. They really are neck and... Oh, wait a second. Mexico doesn't count. That's right. Well, still, I mean, they're still in development. I mean, I know they don't count technically for South America, but still a pretty big deal. And development, that's one of those, like, things that, change instantly, where, like, you start picking up a few extra lands, and that's going to change really, really fast. Your ranking in the development system. It's not like they don't technically need it. I think cored or it's super incorporated into their land. So that's why it's a good category to look at because it will have immediate effects. Japan doing pretty good too, but obviously they're a ways away. So we've got 3 wars going on right now. It's March 30th. Well, it was March 30th. Mexico's going to get out of their war with Trinidad very soon. Madagascar might have been pushed out of of Mozambique. No, they haven't been completely pushed out. They're still here with a 19 stack. South Africa's not involved, right? Jeez, how is that even fair? Look at this alliance they have. Chad, Sudan, Niger, Congo, Uganda, Zambia, Nambia. Like, what? Gabon. How are you allied to so many people? That's crazy. That's not even fair. Who's going to be able to stand up to that? Not Nigeria. Maybe the Ethiopians. Now, that would be really interesting because, well, I mean, Sudan's also allied to South Africa, but that'd be very interesting to see Ethiopia maybe attack Uganda, Uganda pull in South Africa. Oh, Uganda's also allied to the Saudis. Why are the Saudis allied to so many African nations? Algeria, Ethiopia, Uganda. Just kind of a thing, just kind of an interesting thing. I would feel like the Saudis would be... I feel like they would really benefit from, allying to somebody like Turkey, although they're probably rivaled. Somebody from Western Europe, if you want, I don't know. But I guess regionally it does make a lot of sense for the AI. Regionally it makes a ton of sense. So, I'm not knocking them. That's a pretty good idea, actually. It just doesn't really set up this awesome Ethiopian South African war. Because that's like ultimately what we're looking for. Let's go and look at that one more time, that development thing. Let's see where we're at in terms of there's South Africa. And again, we have Ethiopia here. So that's like the two big standouts. Nigeria is 200 behind. I mean, Nigeria is going to really need to grow a lot. Which they totally can. They totally can. They need to attack the West, though, and they just haven't attacked the West. Togo's not very strong. Benin's not very strong. Ghana. These nations, I mean, are they allied to a lot of power? Okay, well, maybe they're allied to. Okay, but still, Benin, not that much. So, I don't know. Nigeria could easily increase their strength, but I think that the problem with Nigeria is they only have an alliance with Algeria. And Algeria, let's be honest, I mean, Algeria is all looks. They really are. They're not as powerful as their font might make it seem, so that's kind of the big deal here. Anyways, let's continue to watch what the Indians do as Ethiopia and the Saudis both at the same time start to come from the west and go deeper and deeper into Indian territory. Looks like both AIs are not giving up anytime soon. That is both the Saudis and the Ethiopians. They have not sent troops back. They're going to continue to go after India, and maybe, all this time we always thought, oh, maybe, when is China going to just go in there and completely wreck India? Maybe it won't be China after all. Maybe it will be a combined effort between the Saudis and the Ethiopians. I mean, who would have guessed that? Who would have guessed that it only took two countries, the Saudis and the Ethiopians, to take down the massive Indian empire? Well, I mean, I don't know if we should be, qualifying this as taking them down, because for some reason the AI is not using their regiments. Maybe they don't feel super invested in the war because they're just helping out an alliance or something. Gabon versus Sao Tome, and I'm not even going to try, but interesting. Western African War breaking out. Yes, we have Qatar at -18 war score. Bahrain might be looking pretty good. Again, there could always be a separate peace deal for the Saudis to gain a little bit of extra strength if they really wanted to. But, we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching. Look at China. I'm still shocked about how powerful China looks. Anyways, I'm gonna fast forward about a few years, see what the results of some of these wars are, and we'll tune back in for tomorrow for tomorrow's video. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.